Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're getting our hands dirty again, and I thought we were about done with this, but fate is intervening. So wanted to just show you this here real quick, and this is the intake cam tower that we're going to be using. This is the bottom. This side would actually be against the cylinder head, and the other side is where the cam sits. But I want you to just take a look at this, and this is what I found. And I never really noticed this before. I don't know why. Usually I notice these things, but I want you to take a look at the casting here. And on the exhaust side, you can see it's fairly smooth. It's fairly open. Okay, doing pretty good. But on the intake side, look at this hole. Look at that. Look, that's supposed to be like pretty much round. I took a grinding bit and I just kind of ovaled that one, although that needs to come out a little bit more. And we're going to shape that one correctly, and all these, and we're going to touch all these up, and you can just see how rough that is, and it's real sharp. There's like a sharp edge there, sharp edge, and you can see how that one there is closed off a little bit, and the sharp edges on this one, that is pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the grinder and clean all that casting flash off of there. And the other side, it looks pretty good. It actually is kind of a teardrop shape, almost like a spillway where the oil can get out of the cam area and back down into the cylinder head, and then of course back into the crankcase. But if you remember, on the cylinder head, we radiused those oil holes so we could get the oil back to the crankcase a little quicker. So I can imagine this is probably holding it up just a little bit. I don't know how much oil gets trapped up in here, but probably a fair amount. And what we're really trying to control here is windage. If the top of this, where the cam sets, if that all gets filled up with oil, that could cause some real headaches for us. It could blow seals out. It could starve the motor for oil if both of the cam towers filled up. I doubt if just one of them filled up, if that would happen. But it could blow these cam seals out. There's a gasket that goes between the bottom of the tower here and the head, and there's a real small gasket up here. It's almost made like an O-ring, but it's like a rubber seal that goes along the surface there. But we're going to be cleaning this up. I'm not going to do a follow-up video on this. Maybe I will, but we'll see what it looks like after we're done. But basically, we're just going to take and knock all those sharp edges off. That's all. Nothing crazy, but we're going to open that up so the oil can get out of the cam area. And then each lifter is fed with oil. Oil comes up in from the bottom, and this is actually where the oil pressure sensor would go. And you could split that off and put a gauge in if you wanted to. But of course, this is upside down. But right here is where your injectors would be going. Okay, right there. And this is the mount for the fuel rail here. But there's plenty of oil getting up into the lifters to lubricate the lifters, and I'm sure some of it's spilling out here. Some of it's probably squeezing out up top. And if we look, there's actually where the cam rides, there's oil feed holes there. So might be getting a little windage here. Probably not, but we're not going to take any chances. We're going to clean that up. Hope you enjoyed this little update. We'll be putting the cam towers onto the motor here. We have it all covered up and everything, and I have a surprise underneath here for you whenever we go to put the cam towers and the cams in. There's a surprise underneath here. I have it covered up on purpose. Make sure you tune in for the next episode and join in. We'll show you that surprise. So hope you guys like what you saw here. If you want to drop a comment or like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Thank you much. See you in the next episode.